What's up guys, welcome back to another video here at Achieve Academy, and today we'll be going through frequency tables. Please like and subscribe, stick around to the end, because I promise you, it's easy. I will learn an outcome for today to understand how frequency tables work, what is the FX column, and to work out averages, the mean, median, mode, and the range. But also to solve averages from frequency table exam questions and understand what a class interval is. So, what is the frequency table, and why do we use it? When we have a lot of data, what needs to be sorted? One of the most efficient ways is to use the frequency table. It is important to consider the size of the groups when sorting data into a frequency table. In this lesson today, we will focus on solving averages from frequency table exam questions and to use the FX column and understand what it is. Before we have a look at our frequency tables, we must understand the 4 different types of averages we need to know: the mean, median, mode, or the range. The mean is the total of all values divided by the number of values. So say, if we had 5, 6, 7, 8, we do 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 and divide by 4 because we've got 4 different types of values. The median is the middle value in a list of values ordered from lowest to highest. Remember, the equation for the median is n plus 1 divided by 2, with n being the total frequency added up. The mode is the value that appears the most often in a set of data, and the range is the difference between the lowest and the highest value. So, the FX column, what is it? The FX column is used to work out the mean. You multiply your x column, your first column, by your frequency column, leaving you with your FX. In this example I'm going to show you here, Ryan has been to some parties and had pizza slices in different amounts each time. What is the mean number of slices Ryan has at a party? So to begin with, we write our FX column and we do our x column, such as pizza slices, times our frequency. So if Ryan has 1 pizza slice, he's done this 3 times. He's done 2 pizza slices 5 times, 3 pizza slices 3 times, so on and so on. So in our FX column, we have 3, 10, 9, 36, and 20. Now, we add up the total frequency, so 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 9 plus 4. We add up our FX. And what we do here is we divide our FX column by our frequency to work out the mean number of slices he has. And that will get us to 78 divided by 24, which is 3.25. The question may ask you to round, so if it does, round, but here we don't need to, because it's a nice number. So the mean number of pizza slices Ryan has at a party is 3.25 slices each party. Once again, it's that time to have a go at some Maths Genius exam questions. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you've done. So, in our first question, it says, the table shows information about the number of points scored in a game. Work out the mean number of points per game. So here, we'd have to make our FX column, with our first column being 0, second 11, third 36, fourth 21, fifth 16, and our sixth 5. We then work out the total frequency and the total FX, the total frequency being 50 and the total FX being 89. We then do 89 divided by 50, which is 1.78. So the mean number of points per game is 1.78. In our second question, the table shows information about the number of goals scored per game by a football team. The team scores a total of 55 goals. Find the value of x. So to begin with, we need to make our FX column, with our first column being 0, second column being 12, third column being 2x, fourth column being 21, and our fifth is 0. We are given the information that the team scores a total of 55 goals, meaning our f of x column must sum to 55. So, we would write down 12 plus 2x plus 21 equals 55. And that can be also written as 2x plus 33 equal to 55. Subtract 33 from both sides to get 2x equals 22, meaning x equals 11, so our final answer would just be 11. In some frequency tables, the x column may have a class interval, which looks like an inequality. In the example here, it means that x is a value equal or bigger to 20, but also equal or less than 25. If we want to find the mean when we're given class intervals, we use the midpoint of the class interval to multiply by the frequency. Then we work it out the same as we would normally. So here we'd use the midpoint of 22.5 to times our frequency if we are given a frequency table. Here's another example to have a go at. Have a go, pause the video and unpause when you've done. So Adam is measuring the height in centimetres of his tomato plants. Part A of the question asks us to estimate the mean height and to give our answer correct to 1 decimal place. To begin with, we need to write down our midpoints of our class intervals, because this will help us work out our fx. So the midpoints of our class intervals are 145, 155, 165, 175, and 190. Make sure you read the question carefully, because the last class interval doesn't follow the same trend as all the other ones. And now we simply times the midpoint by our frequency to get our fx, such as 1050, 1550, 2475, 3325, 1710. We then add up our frequency, we add up our fx, frequency sum into 60, and fx sum into 10,075. We then divide 10,075 by 60 to get 167.9 to 1 decimal place, giving our final answer of 167.9 in centimetres to 1 decimal place. Part B of the question asks us to explain why our answer to part A is an estimate. And the reason for this is we don't know the exact heights of the plants as the data is grouped. As we are using class intervals, we don't know the exact number, which in centimetres the height of the tomato plant may be. We only know the range it could be in. So we simply state that, and so we don't know the exact heights. Now it's time to have a go at some of the hardest exam questions you'll probably be asked on averages from frequency tables. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you... So in our first question, it says the frequency table shows the time taken for 100 people to travel to an event. To begin with, let's make sure that we know our midpoint of our ranges and the fx column before we start working anything out. I always advise you do this first, because if you get to point B and you realise, oh, I need to make my f of x column, you then can lose time in your exams. So first we write down our midpoints, such as 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, on our fx column of 70, 240, 575, 1015, 540, and 330. Now, part A of the question asks us to find the percentage of people that travel for more than 30 minutes to an event. Here, we only need to look at our frequency column. As we know, our times in minutes must be above 30. So the frequency is 29 plus 12 plus 6, because that's everyone after 30 minutes. And that sums to 47. And as there is 100 people, 47 divided by 100 is just 47%. So our final answer would just be 47. So, in part B of the question, we are asked to find the class interval that contains the median. So first we use the equation of the median of n plus 1 divided by 2 equals the median. And n is our total frequency, and we're told that in the question, which equals 100. So we do 100 plus 1 divided by 2 equals 50.5. Now, we need to find which class interval 50.5 will lie in. So we look at our frequency and keep adding up to see. So we do 14 plus 16 equals 30 plus 23, which equals 53. Now, 50.5 is less than 53, so it must be in one of our first three. But it's also greater than 30, meaning it must be in our third class interval. And our third class interval is t is greater than 20 but less than or equal to 30 minutes. And that is our final. Now, for part C, we were asked to find an estimate for the mean time taken for people to travel to the event. So now we add up our total FX column, which sums to 2,770, and we divide it by our total frequency, which we already know is 100. So, the mean time taken for people to travel to the event is 27.7 minutes. And that would be our final answer. In our second question, it is using our knowledge of bar charts to understand, can we apply the same frequency table knowledge to the bar chart? So the second question says, the bar chart shows how many hours of homework 30 students did last week. Calculate an estimate for the mean number of hours of homework. So here, we need to look at the bar chart, understand the data it's given us, and then use it and apply it. So, if we look at our x-axis, it shows us the hours of homework, and it gives us a class interval, 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, and so on and so on. This must mean we find the midpoint of 0 to 2, 3 to 5, and so on. And then we times it by the number of students who did it. So we do 1 times 6 equals 6, 4 times 9 equals 36, 7 times 8 equals 56, 10 times 4 equals 40, 13 times 3 equals 39, then we add all them up, which equals 177. We then divide it by the total number of students who did the homework, equals 30, so we do 177 divided by 30, which equals 5.9 to 1 decimal place. If it doesn't tell you how many decimal places you want to, and you've got a really big number in your calculator, just state how many you've done it to. As I've stated, I've done it to 1 decimal place. So our final answer would be 5.9 hours. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of today's lesson. And it was that easy. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.